Okay, I'm back, and I want to do a quick, just kind of update on my daily journal, my fauxbonichi. This is my loose leaf journal. I've shown it to you guys a few times. I had it in a 3-ring binder, but I actually decided to call it quits on the loose leaf style in general at the end of December. So for January I've got a new book, which I'll show you in a minute, but I went ahead and just I put this in a plastic sleeve. I bound the pages with just these 3 gold rings. I added just a piece of heavy-duty cardstock to make the back here. And I went ahead and added this is just like a little dangle. I bought a set of these at a thrift store or something. It's plastic, so I put some gesso in the middle, and then I stuck, I think it's marker. I wrote 23 on it, just so that when it's on my bookshelf I can see this hanging off and I'll know this one's number 23. I want to show you a few of the pages that I did in here, because I did finish out the month of December. So this was it for the end of the year. Let me put this here just so you guys can see. So this is just a couple of packaging pieces from some new tea that I bought. I like tea, so that's a basic page there. Not much going on. This is another really simple page. Something I started doing was keeping like kind of little scraps of paper in a plastic envelope in my purse. And then like this day I took my mom to a doctor's appointment, so while I was waiting in the waiting room I just kind of doodled and I wrote about like, oh, I'm waiting for my mom, and doodled on it, and then I stuck it in my journal later. So it's kind of nice because it gives me something to do, and then I can also sort of get a start on my page. This is also the day that my Bob Ross wig finally showed up, so I used some of the packaging and stuck it there. I used this hot stuff paper and I drew a taco because we had tacos for dinner. Yay! I got some commission from work, so I just did this on a piece of check paper, so you can see this part down here is a check. It's actually perforated and everything. And here's a sticker from Menchie's because my husband and I went out and got frozen yogurt. This is a little drawing I did of, I am obsessed with like the little squishy toys. I don't have any down here in my studio, only because I always have my hands busy when I'm in here, so I don't really use them, but like when I watch TV or whatever, I love my squishies. So my husband got me this one that's shaped like a Mickey Mouse head, but it's a cheeseburger. It's amazing. I love it. So I drew a picture of it. This one is another new squishy I got. I told you I have a problem. This one's Minnie Mouse, but I used her packaging. Oh, sorry, it opens at the side. No wonder I wasn't getting it open. And then I just kind of used this is another situation where I was out and about and I drew, just did a little sketch and wrote about, my husband and I were out Christmas shopping and he ran inside to see if a store had something, so I was doodling in the car. This is my journaling for the day and a couple of stickers. And then my, from our Advent that we were doing, and another squishy. I'm telling you, I have a situation. I probably have about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 different squishies. I really, really like them, and I like them for different reasons and in different ways, and they're cool. I like them a lot. So that's that page. This page, I used a takeout menu from a restaurant. I went out and had breakfast with my mom, and then we went and got our nails done. And you can see that the page is actually the menu, and then I did my journaling and drew the fingernails on top on a piece of deli paper. So I did it on the deli paper and then glued it down. This was present wrapping day, so this is just a wrapping paper collage. I think this was the day that my Bob Ross video went out, so I drew a little picture of myself with my Bob Ross wig. And then, of course, my little Advent tab there. This is the packaging from my Rocketbook Mini, which I showed you guys a video or two ago. These are a couple of this was the last day of our Advent, so here's the number 24. On Christmas Eve, my husband and I almost always go out and have Chinese food for dinner, just the two of us, so I stuck our little fortunes here. And this is a couple of squishy packaging pieces. This is just a little pocket that has two of our little Play-Doh Advent ornaments that I wanted to keep, so I stuck those in there. I think there's some journaling in here somewhere. Let me see. More wrapping, so I stuck a little gift tag. Here's the little fox from our Play-Doh Advent. I did journal that day, right? Oh, yeah, it's here. It's on one of these pieces of paper that Elizabeth from Never Hopeless sent me a couple of weeks ago. So that's what's in this pocket. That's my page for that day. What else have we got? What else have we got? Christmas Day. More bits from the package I got from Elizabeth. I just did like a little glitter Christmas tree here. This is from, I think I showed you guys my DS stamp that my brother-in-law hand carved for me. And this is actually the little piece he gave me with it to show me what it looks like. So I stuck that on here as well. I bought my husband a jacket for Christmas. This was the day after Christmas, but it wasn't the right size, so we went out and exchanged it, and that's him wearing his new jacket. He loved it. He was pretty excited. Went to the gym and went to Trader Joe's, so I have a couple Trader Joe's stickers there. This day, this one's kind of cute. This is the little silverware pocket you get at Wings, etc. My husband and I went there for lunch. We went to the liquor store and I bought these cute little tiny bottles of flavored whiskeys. And this is just my journaling. So, pretty simple there. I just stuck these little tabs on so you can pull that stuff out easily. Very small little pocket page. This is the swatches from, I think, last week or the week before, my my new Inktense pans. So I just stuck that in, and then again, this is deli paper. So I wrote my journaling on top and stuck that on. What else have we got here? Nothing major here. This is just notebook paper. My husband and I went out for dinner, and I had a cocktail, which I don't usually drink cocktails, so it was kind of a big deal. I pulled out my first Bob Ross card, and the prompt was about clouds, so I stamped some clouds and wrote the word cloud. And then, this is the last page, Happy New Year. I drew some champagne and then wrote about our New Year's Eve. And that's it. This book is done. The reason I decided to go back to a regular book is because now that I am doing this Bob Ross project and I have 2 videos coming out every single week, this format, honestly, just, it takes more time. I have to pick out paper. I have to, you know, that's one of the reasons I started carrying around you know, scrap paper with me so that I could sort of try to get ahead and get more of my pages done, because I was so behind. I'm just now a little bit kind of caught up in my new book with January, but I mean, it was to the point where I would be a week and a half behind, and you know, hadn't even written notes, and I was scrambling to try to remember what we were even doing. So I just decided that at this point, at this moment, that style is not for me. I loved it. I still love it. I just don't have the time to devote to it right now. I have too many other irons in the fire. So this is the book that I ended up choosing. It's kind of interesting because this is my first page. I always do a self-portrait on the first page, so there's my self-portrait. This book, I don't know if you can see these kind of fluffy edges, but this whole entire book is made out of handmade paper. So it's kind of, you can see that they're like odd shapes, like this one's shorter than the one behind it, because they're handmade. I've had this book for a couple of years probably. I got it as a gift for my 40th birthday. Honestly, I don't remember who got it for me. I wish I did. Usually I write inside, you know, when someone gifts me a journal, I write on the inside like who gave it to me and when. I remember it being for my 40th birthday, but honestly, I don't remember who gave it to me. I wish I did. But I did go ahead and I ripped out the very last page in the book, and I just kind of did some tests to see. I really didn't get a whole lot of bleed through, except for with, this is with an alcohol marker. Those bleed through everything, so that's no surprise. This was a Sharpie, another Sharpie. So, no big surprise. Everything else works great on this paper. The only issue that I've run into, you can even put acrylic on it and it doesn't bleed through, so it's nice paper. The only issue is that when you try to erase with, you know, just like a regular eraser, it actually, like, you have to be super duper light touch erase, because it will actually pull up the paper fibers and like start to destroy the paper. So that is going to be a challenge for me, because I do usually draw out my sketches before I color them. But I did with this, and I just made sure to make my pencil marks very light, and I only erased the parts that I absolutely had to. So, I mean, it's doable. I just have to be aware of it and be very careful. So these are the first couple of pages. There's not anything super duper exciting, but you guys can see that's what I've got done so far. So this is the 4th and the 5th. Today is the 8th. So I am still quite a bit behind, you know. I'm just trying to keep up on it, really. But you know, I've got my notes and all my little stuff in here. So that's the book I'm going to be using, and you can see it looks like it has a ton of pages, but these pages are actually really, really super duper thick. So I'm not sure how long this is going to get me. Probably, I'm going to guess 3 months, but I don't know for sure. So I started at January 1st, and we'll see how far it goes. But so that's what I'm working with. The only other thing I want to tell you is, I hope you noticed my new lighting. My husband spent a lot of time this past weekend. He changed out all the lights. I'm in the basement, so I have a drop ceiling, and I've got, the regular old drop ceiling lights. But he came in and changed all my bulbs from the old school yellow fluorescent bulbs to these beautiful white LEDs. So it's so much brighter in here, and the colors are so much truer. And I don't know if you guys notice it or not, but on the camera, but it's really great. So I'm happy about that. I think that's it for this week. It's a short week because I'm going to get this video out on Wednesday instead of Sunday as usual. These are going to come out every Wednesday from now on, starting, this week. So that's it. I will have my Bob Ross Challenge video out this Sunday for you to watch. I'd love for you to participate in that project if you're interested, but at least follow along because it's been really fun so far. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you continue to have a great week, and I will see you again soon. Please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks so much. Have a great day.